Greetings and welcome to the Grandmaster Chess Academy. This is a quick one. We have a Russian slash three knights game. My opponent ran out of time when the crush began from overthought, overwrought, not really sure, but it leaves you with a great puzzle and a very good study. So let's go through the game. Of course, best by test, e4. My opponent comes back with e5. Away we go. There's the Russian game. There's the three knights. This is still seen in, sorry about the ambulance. I live on a major highway, so it's to be expected sometimes. Blessings upon whoever's in there and the drivers as well. Okay. This game can be seen at the highest level still. But here, although you can find a Grandmaster game at this level, there are very few top level players that would give up their bishop so easily. Magnus being one, but even he would have paused for a moment as there is no need to make that exchange. So I take back, and we're still in somewhat higher level chess. I mean, it's 2600 levels, so you can say, oh, well, yeah, Super Grandmaster, but with this move, I march us off to Potterville. Although you can still find some games in this, much lower at this point. I believe we're maybe down to IM level games. And then from here, we're just low level, club level chess. But hey, we're having fun, it's Blitz. So I drop back, developing on the white squares, blunting off any attacks against my dark squared bishop from the knight. Harmonizing the knights, getting the bank right and cleared out. Nice developing move. I do the same. This is a curious move. Does it assume that the bishop's going to end up there? Assuming I'm going to castle to the queen side? I'm to the king side? So I put some blunting forces up, saying if anything happens on the queen side, it will be tore up. So, see you over on the king side. As if I didn't make my point clear, apparently. Now, with a4, it's clear. I will gladly castle to the king side, but the queen side will not be your haven. And it seems that we have a clear overstanding. So I step up. Hey, they want to hesitate? I can hesitate too. Not making your intentions clear too quickly can be quite useful in chess. So another waiting move. I answer it. And now, I would think castle to the king side would be safest, but as there's not going to be a lot of activity going on this king side without just pure wildness happening, which, yeah, I'm wont to do. So it's certainly not unheard of. Heck, I'll sack this knight on this pawn just to get to two pawns. Step back, and then, you know, try and tear open the center. Why not? But this game won't be like that, as my opponent has decided to castle to the queen side. Doing fine in this position. I believe at this point black was up slightly. Not really sure about that. Let me see what Fritz has to say. Seems that black is doing just fine. Instead of low death, I'm going to guess that we're pretty much even at this point. But I see an X-ray here, so I'm done with that. And create a new X-ray here instead. pieces can disappear quickly from in front of these things. Next thing you know, you got problems, or you're creating problems. At a depth of 13, it's at 0.09 for black. So yeah, it's pretty much even. Knight to e8, clearing pawn space. So I ask a quick question first. There's the answer. So now I start thinking like a grandmaster. I want to open up that queen side. I want to make things evaporate away. My opponent, recognizing this, of course, doesn't want the queen side to be weakened, and opens up a half file for the rook. That's always nice. Here I decide I want to be clever. This is not actually a good move. A better move was to say d takes e5. I didn't really want that kind of game. Perhaps it would have been okay. Yeah, the depth of 15 is at even position for that other position back here. Alright, but we're here now. And I went here, trying to be cute, trying to be clever. It will ultimately work out awesomely, but it didn't have to. So here I take the tempi. It's a d5, pushing the bishop back. Again, black is not in trouble. Black is fine. Because I'm eyeing this square. You can't come back into here, so that seems reasonable. A nice little truck for the knight to be able to tear up some more real estate and expose this king even more. White still has the option of castling kingside in a pretty much closed up position, or just stepping up. Total light square control. Bishop is currently worthless. Such things as f3 in the position. It just locks everything down, binds it up. Nothing's going to change. So, thinking the same kind of ideas. So I come back to put the hold on, because it occurs to me that the bishop doesn't need to be all the way downtown. And now things want to be opened up. That's fine. Some people get very shook when they can't castle. It's not about castling. Here to get the queen over, create terror, rook down, such possible ideas are definitely in a position. King's obviously not going to castle kingside. I really want to be bunched up into a bunch of pieces right here with my king on e2. A real question. But I really don't care. There is a king in the position. That is not the safest king in the world. These pawns can fall easily. Understanding that, king steps over. So I shore up the pawn structure. There'll be no nonsense, no easy attacks. Everything consolidates back in and closes off and continues to hold. Alright, knight to b8. This is really your tactical puzzle. But it's a full-on tactical study, as you will see. Well, here, knight to b8 is giving up control of the c5 square. Quite often c4 can be a very explosive square, but in this case it will be c5. And c5 is weak. It's looking at this king with another x-ray. The king is very uncomfortable. And so with that in mind, I had 1 minute and 32 seconds to 2 minutes and 34 seconds. I'm already down a minute plus, and I haven't even made a move yet. But I know that since I have to make things happen quickly, let's go ahead and do this. I see tacticals. My opponent did not like being pinned and pinned. There's so much activity going on. So save the queen. God save the queen. I suppose so, but it's more about the king than it is the queen. So the next move should be quite obvious because there was a double pin, twofold problematic. Here the correct answer, or a more correct answer, would have been king to a8. Just getting off of the dark square terror altogether. And this knight is holding down squares, so the bishop can't just slide in nice and easily. This knight will have to make a move first. And of course, that's time. But God save the queen, leading to the next pin effect. And as you can see, it took me some time to find that move. I had 1 minute and 17 seconds left. Let me see, with knight to b8, I had 1 minute and 32 seconds. When I took, I gave up 15 seconds. Upon taking this, I gave up another 31 seconds. So I have very little time in my clock. King to b7. Only sensible move, since my bishop still backs up the square. To send the knight up would just be suicide. And now, I thought, do I take with rook or do I take with bishop? Didn't have a lot of time to think, obviously. But I believe I had, I don't know, perhaps 25 to 30 seconds on my clock. Not sure. I was looking at the position more than I was looking at my clock. So I took with the bishop. Pow. Upon further study with the computer, I found that to be an accurate choice. And from here, my opponent, who had 2 minutes on the clock, let the time run out. Well, didn't let the time run out, but just simply resigned. Now, while this is an absolute win for white, the chances that white could have won this game before time ran out are close to zero, assuming that black makes correct moves. And black's moves are not all that hard to make. So, by my opponent resigning and recognizing that this is a crushing position, not an easily, obviously understood crushing position, but yes, a crushing position. My opponent, with great honor, resigns the position and allows me to have the win. This is definitely worthy of your study. Another Grandmaster Chess Academy Fun Crush and Blitz study. Yes, chess, love.